paano ba maiiwasan ang pagkabulol? Yan naman ang ating pag-uusapan ngayong umaga kasama si Ms. Sheila Viesca, ang CEO at Director of Communication Talk Shop. Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning, Kuya.
Thank you, Lena. Good morning, everyone.
Tamang-tama yata nandito siya.
Para sa
Ako pala yung bulol ko ngayon eh.
Ayan, paano po ba maiiwasan ang pagkabulol, lalo kapag nandito ka sa, sa ganitong profession na sa newscasting, media yan?
Sa English, dalawa ang tawag dyan, no? Lagi natin naririnig, stuttering, stammering.
Yes.
Stammering.
I-define muna natin, pareho yan. In the US, they call it stammering. In UK, Canada, Australia, it's stuttering.
Yes.
Pag nangyayari yan, pwedeng under stress yung tao, pwede rin namang kulang sa tulog. So, there are several exercises. Breathing is one, articulation of the words is another, and then practice.
About yung sa facial exercise, they also, parang dati pinagawa sa amin yon before we do sportscasting, yung facial, you distort your face. Is that also true?
I would say na hindi na uso yan.
Before pa. Yes.
What's more important is that you look pleasant for your audience. And that you smile as you're talking because that's the nature of the English language, kung English ang gamit mo.
Yeah, parang ano pala, no? Parang kumakanta ka rin kasi may breathing pattern.
Yes.
Oo. Sige po.
Okay, I brought here some tongue twisters para ma-practice natin. Ayan.
Akin yung
Pili lang kayo.
Indiction.
Medium, stadium, podium.
Paano maiwasan yung mga pagkakataon na nauutal tayo? First, breathing is important. You inhale before the articulation of the words. Tuturo ko mamaya kung paano yung proper breathing. Pangalawa, visualize the words. Kailangan nakikita mo kung ano yung itsura. Secondly, speak clearly and slowly. So when you inhale, the voice comes from here, from the diaphragm, and you end up modulating your voice better. As you are talking, you exhale. For instance, let's go to the twister.
Okay. Yan. Gusto ko yan.
Akala ko ito lang.
Namili pa kami.
Dapat patas eh.
Sige, go.
Kasi di ba nung bata, ipo-pronounce mo lang, articulate mo lang. Now,
Very bada.
it's best to do it with the breathing because then your voice is rounded. So you inhale. A twister of twists once twisted a twist, and the twist that he twisted was a three-twisted twist. Now, when twisting this twist, if a twist shouldn't twist, the twist that untwisted would untwist the twist. One or two breathings. Okay. Sige ha.
Sige.
Everyone, inhale.
Ano ba?
Hold it.
Ito pala.
And begin.
Twister pa rin?
Twister pa rin. Inhale. Go. A twister of twist once twisted a twist, and the twist that he twisted was a three-twisted twist. Now in twisting this twist, if a twist shouldn't twist, the twist that untwisted would untwist the twist. Very good. Ayan. Ngayon, i-add mo pa dyan yung pagtingin. Eye contact is very important. That's your period in oral communication. So something like this, you do in front of the mirror. Inhale and then exhale as you're talking. Then you look up as you end each line. One or two syllables before ending. For instance, a twister of twists once twisted a twist, and the twist that he twisted was a three-twisted twist. Now, in twisting this twist, if a twist shouldn't twist, the twist that untwisted would untwist the twist. Okay, let's try it. Once again, articulating clearly. Inhale, go.
The twister of twist
Once twisted a twist, and the twist that it twisted was a three-twisted twist. Now, in twisting this twist, if a twist shouldn't twist, the twist that untwisted would untwist the twist. Okay. Our consideration there is that we articulate around 120 to 150 words each minute, while we are able to read 220 words per minute. So that means, as you're ending the line or the sentence, when you articulate, your eyes have already seen the next. Kaya mong mag-eye contact even if it's your first time seeing that material.
For this one, ma'am, itong berry butter, I think This is also parang practical to kasi a lot of Filipinos, ito yung tinatawag ng Filipinoism. Yung napapalit ng mga Pinoy yung short I sa long E. Like for example, pag yung bitter nagiging bitter, yung ganun, 'di ba? So this is very good exercise.
Tama. Okay, we'll practice that. And very good point there. If the sound is not present in a particular language, or you're not so exposed to that sound, there's a tendency to stutter or to stammer. And that's why practice is important, especially when it comes to words you normally don't use and you encounter when you're newscasting, when you're hosting. For instance, berry butter. In English, when you have the T or double T in between two vowels or vowel sounds, they sound like an obscure R.
Butter.
Kaya nga, hindi Peter eh. Are you better? What's the matter? That's the matter.
What's the matter? Peanut
What's the
butter.
What's the matter?
Call center, yes.
International.
Be professional. Di ba? Yung mga ganun. Baka kailangan may attitude. What's the matter?
May movement ng leeg.
Ganun.
Alright, go.
So, berry butter.
Kami wala.
You have to have it eh. Okay.
Berry butter bought some butter and she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it would make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter would make my batter better. So it was better, berry butter, bought a bit, a better butter. Notice, it's not a bit, it's a bit.
A bit.
In our language, we have a, e, i, o, bakit, masungit, mabait, right? In English, it's a bit.
It's a bit.
Yes.
It's a bit.
Okay, together. Inhale. Begin. Berry butter bought some butter and she said the butter's bitter.
If I put it in my butter, it would make my batter better.
With attitude. But a bit of better butter would make my batter bitter. So it's better, berry butter, bought a bit of better butter. Now with eye contact as you end each line. Okay, inhale. Begin. Berry butter bought some butter and she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it would make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter would make my batter better. So it was better, berry butter, bought a bit of better butter. Yan.
Better.
It's better.
So the breathing is important, articulation is important, the visualization of words is important, and constant practice.
And constant.
I think also to add it on, yung confidence.
Yeah.
That you know the words.
That's
Even so
true.
that, even that's your first encounter.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yes, that's why we have to keep learning. Now, speaking of new words, speaking of learning, one consideration is also the age. Pag ang bata, nakita mo nagsastutter or nagsastammer, it's possible that the child thinks faster than he can talk.
Okay.
Sometimes it's carried on through adulthood. Kaya alam mo, matalino yung tao, ba't siya nabubulol?
Oh, nabubulol ako
Matalino!
Hindi naman may disorder talaga. Yung iba may disorder. Binawi mo pa! So, what do we do? If you see a child stuttering or stammering, you give him copious positive evidences. Ano yan? In the house, do not baby talk the child. Expose him to complete sentences. And when you have to correct the child, realize that you can affect the person's self-esteem. Right? So, intervention of the parents may be okay, but it does not usually help. That's why you need a second person, either a speech pathologist kung talaga kailangan, or a language teacher to walk the child through the articulation of the sentences.
Pwede bang you talk to them but in a better, kasi di ba mahilig sa atin yung parang pagalit. Bakit ganyan yung salita mo? Di ba parang ganon? Meron bang other way of talking to your kids while correcting them? Parang ganon.
Yeah. Very good question. As adults, our role when we are exposed to that situation is to model to the child the proper articulation.
Pero parang mas maganda, that's a good point, but I think it's better to say it this way, mga parang ganun.
Or even indirectly, Angela, did you mean that you would go to church early tomorrow morning? Yan, uulitin mo in the right way. Okay, say it again. without the child feeling that you're teaching him.
Right.
Yeah.
Na mali na siya for the first time.
Kasi they might not do it again. You know, the
Correct.
confidence level will go down pagka ganun kasi.
Oo. Tsaka especially, ang ano ko din is yung wag mo sila i-correct in front of
The public, they don't want
diba?
it.
Kasi napapahiya sila.
Tama yan. As a matter of fact, no matter how well-meaning the parent, iba yung dating sa bata. Oo. So while you want to build up the child child may resent the correction.
Ayaw na niya magsalita,
Oo.
diba? Ma'am, meron po tayong katanungan mula kay Allen Kaduyak. May recommended po bang facial exercise na maaaring gawin tuwing umaga para ma-improve ang pananalita?
Oh,
Ganon.
wonderful. We don't call it facial exercise at Talk Shop. We call it verbal yoga.
Yeah.
Verbal yoga. So one is you smile. Because when you're facing people, you may be smiling pero hindi obvious. Diba? You face the mirror, you smile. And then verbal yoga, you say something good to yourself, articulating it clearly. For example,
Ganda mo talaga. Sabi ni Angela yun eh. Kanina
Ayan.
mga
Alam mo?
Kailangan
gano'n, oo.
Kailangan ginagano mo yung sarili mo. Ang ganda talaga ng smile ko. Parang payat ako ngayon.
Ako? Ikaw? Okay. Hindi. Okay, game. Nakikinig. Oo, tama nga.
Oo, di ba?
oh, and proper breathing. So inhale and say it with conviction. Ang ganda ko talaga.
Ako? Na yan.
Nakakaliya kasi parang
Ganda mo! Tamo.
Oo, sabihin conceited ka naman. Parang gano'n.
Dahil naman sabi ko, ganda mo. Tapos sabi niya, thank you, ikaw rin.
Kaya nga sa salamin gagawin, di ba?
Every morning, ganun tayo.
Every morning. And then, Alin, very clearly. Kasi di ba meron tayong naririnig, LSS. Ano yung LSS?
Last song syndrome.
Last song syndrome. In
Pinala-
speaking, it's the same. The last line is most remembered. The last word is most remembered. So, while we're talking about stammering, stuttering, we consider also that even if you speak clearly, there's a tendency to fade towards the end of your sentence. The breathing is helpful in that way.
Paano po kaya yung instance na kasi ang pinakaturo sa amin ni Kuya, especially pag nagbabasa kami ng news, it's better na nakikita na rin namin yung kasunod na sentence, yung
From
ahead
five
na kami. Ang nangyayari kasi naman sa akin, if I do that, nagja-jumble na yung word sa akin. Parang nauuna ko na yung nauna kong nabasa, yung ganun. So, yun yung gusto kong i-master. Paano yun?
It works for most people because we can read 220 words to 400 words a minute. Pero ang kaya natin sabihin, 120 to 150 words a minute. Now, if it doesn't work for you, Angela, I think you have to work it out kung paano lumalabas yung mga salita. Because majority of readers would usually have no problem looking at the next line as they're articulating the first ones.
Hindi kaya may ano na ako, yung ang tawag dyslexic, mga ganun, di naman. May sarili akong ano.
Hindi naman siguro, orientation lang yan and practice. Orientation and practice. Oo.
Yes, Miss Sheila, may katanungan po tayo from Freda Castillo. Normal po ba kung kahit teenager na ay bulol pa rin sa RS at T?
Ayan, oo.
Meron yan PF, mga ganun. PF syndrome, BV, ganyan.
Actually,
Syndrome.
parang feeling ko, minsan ang lalaking lalaki, tapos bulol. Parang feeling ko nagpapacute. Yung pala talagang bulol talaga sila. Yung R nila tsaka yung L nila. Pasensya na. Pero may mga ganun talaga eh.
Like yung example po, oo, tama dyan. Like, halimbawa, pag sinabi mo mga lugar, minsan kasi masasabi mo mga lugar.
Lugar.
Paralan, mga ganun. Diba?
Kala mo kanyotik eh, pero ganun. Ganun lang
Ponyo.
talaga sila yung
Ponyo,
salita
parang
nila.
ganun.
Paano kaya yun?
Okay, once again, practice and then exposure
R.
to the right materials. Baka naman yung mga barkada mo ganun din magsalita. Diba? Baka naman style yun kung saan ka nandun. Isipin na lang natin, English is a language that requires you to smile. For instance, when you are saying banana, Filipino yan.
Banana.
Kasi we talk like this. Oh, kumusta na? Di ba? May saging ba? But in English, hey, how's everything? Yes, we have A, E, I, O, U. In English, you have A, E, I, O, U. You have the R and the T and the F and the B and B. It's a matter of practice. And hearing the right words pronounced by speakers you want to you want to model your speech after. Oo. Ngayon, mapunta tayo dito sa mga practice exercises.
Okay.
If there are particular sounds that you normally find difficult to pronounce, kagaya nung sa mga Japanese, di ba? They usually have problems with the R and the L.
Yes.
Kailangan yung mga red lorry, yellow lorry, yung mga ganyan. Filipinos, we don't have the F in our language, we don't have the V in our language. And so, because of lack of
Those words.
exposure to those sounds, there's a tendency to get confused. So once again, you practice.
Philippines. Di ba? Ganun, minsan ganun nangyayari. Oo.
Oo. And awareness also. Good point on the Philippines. Every time you have the PH, it's an F, whether in the beginning or the middle or the end of your word. However, if it is shepherd, PH yan, it's a P. Stephen, the biblical name, PH, but you pronounce it with a V.
Meron pa po akong
Exceptions.
katanungan po. Pag yung sa the, THE, ang pagkasunod niya is vowel, dapat the, di ba? Like the elephant.
Yes.
Hindi the elephant.
Correct.
Kung consonant, that's when it's the. Tama
That's
ba?
right.
Oo.
That's right. And we follow the sound more than the spelling. For example, X-ray, the or the?
The.
The. Why? It sounds like egg.
So, the X-ray.
Honor.
Let's like
Honor. How about honor?
H, no? So,
The or the?
the.
The. Why?
Honor.
Silent H.
okay.
Horror movie.
Oh, yeah. So,
The.
The na, di ba?
The.
Ay, makakapasa na ako. 100 points na ako dito. Yay! Ayan. Miss Sheila, may gusto po ba kayong i-promote? Saan po ba kayo matatagpuan para sa mga gustong magpaturo or magpa-train sa inyo?
Ah, hindi pa kayo nakakaligtas sa tongue twister.
Sige, meron pa. One last.
Sige.
Okay. So, ang kay Angela, I-O-N ending. In the language, we have Sean, Aling Sean. But in English, you only have Shen with a smile. Pronunciation, accentuation, diction. All words ending in I-O-N.
Pronunciation.
Angela, in one breathing, can you say this? Pronunciation, accentuation, diction.
Pronunciation, accentuation, diction.
Very good. 3 times.
Alright. Pronunciation, accentuation, diction. Pronunciation, accentuation, diction. Pronunciation, accentuation, diction.
Very good.
Star!
Kalimutan kong dalhin. Okay. And then,
Last na sa akin.
last na to. IUM ending. It's not medium, stadium.
Medium.
It's medium with a smile. Medium, stadium, podium,
with a smile.
gymnasium.
Gymnasium.
Yeah, so Rina, start.
Medium, stadium, podium, gymnasium. Medium, podium, stadium, gymnasium. Medium, stadium, podium, gymnasium.
Okay.
Ayan. Let's give us a
Thank you very much, Miss Sheila.
Alright, Miss Sheila. Saan po kayo matatagpuan?
Well, Talk Shop is located in Makati. You can check us out at www.talkshop.ph, and you may reach us anytime at 0917-877-5588 or 894-5588.
Alright, maraming salamat po sa inyo, Ms. Sheila Viesca, ang CEO or Director of Communication. Communication Talk Shop.
Thank you very much. Like, you're welcome again here tomorrow.
you can always come back here, you know.